So we've been friends for about 15 years. I mean, it's like we've been through kind of every aspect of life with one another, like all the highs, all the lows. So this project came out of kind of a long-standing ambition to direct together. For a lot of years, we tried to find a project. We went through many different ones that didn't work out, and ultimately, the advice "create what you know" is really true. And this world kind of came from our personal experiences, being on the road, having these really deep and rich relationships with our dogs, and spending time amidst a community of Army Rangers and their dogs. And we made a documentary for HBO called War Dog that sort of highlighted these incredible stories and bonds between these soldiers and these dogs, and we included a lot of those guys on this movie. And one of the things that was really important to us was just shining a light on those incredible stories and that culture. Well, I think our vision for the film was just to make a great road movie. You know, it was just to hopefully make a movie that made you laugh, that made you feel something, that took you on a journey to unexpected places. That's what we love about the road movies that inspired us to kind of make movies in the first place, is what we loved about our own road trips. They're all kind of stories about, for lack of a better way of putting it, going from closed to open. So our vision for the film was to just take people on a really funny and hopefully really emotional journey. And I guess more than anything, what we wanted to do was show how an animal or a dog could become more than just a dog. Could become a four-dimensional character who, you really started to see as a person. And that's what we experienced with these rangers and their dogs. That's how they saw each other, and we wanted the audience to feel the same way about Lulu. Dog is the story of what happens when you take a special operations multi-purpose canine on a cross-country road trip. And it's a mouthful, but crazy stuff happens to these two characters. But really, it's a story about a guy who's transitioning from a life of war, and a dog who are transitioning from lives of war and fighting to lives of peace. And that's a hard transition to make. You lose your community, you lose meaning. It's for all of us, even those of us that aren't in the military. We go through our own sort of personal wars and transitions in our lives, and it's nice when you have somebody there to love you unconditionally along the way. And that's kind of what Briggs discovers in Lulu.
The real life service members are awesome.
Yeah, I mean, look, we had four Army Rangers in our documentary for HBO, and those guys advised us along the way to our making of the film. Three of them were on set with us for a good chunk of the film, and will be with us during our USO tour. Other Rangers who are friends of theirs also came and advised us during shooting and production. And Brett Rodriguez, who co-wrote the story with us and who's a producer, he served in the 10th Mountain Division for years, and then he was a military contractor. So like we have, long-standing relationships with people from the military community who really matter to us. And it matters to us to look them in the eye after they've watched the movie and have them say, "You did it right." So our friendships are on the line, and that was something that we took really seriously and continue to take seriously. And I think for both of us, the most nervous we've been during this entire process is when we showed the movie to the Rangers. And it was cool. I mean, it was really gratifying. They actually said, "I can't believe you guys actually listened to us. Like, we didn't really think we didn't really think you guys were gonna listen. You invited us to set, but
Yeah.
and I think that was fun to see. That it really mattered."